set. 1400 meters, runners sent on their way from the 1400 meter marker. And running right off the track on the outside is Scottish Blue. Global Pursuit's off to lead them. Optimus is right there. Black Devon. King Katini's on the outside of runners. Then comes Rashid. ALDO'S Chase racing about 4 lengths off the leader. Mr. T's in the red on the right hand side and Q behind me. They are followed by the Reformations, about 7 or 8 lengths off the leader. Further back in the field is Roman, and then comes Double Duel, and Scottish Blue's a very awkward ride, 15 lengths off them. Global Pursuit by 2 lengths. Black Devon is second. Optimus is back in third position. King Katini's on the outside, and then comes Rashid. They are followed by ALDO'S Choice, who's got about 5 or 6 lengths to make up. Then comes Q behind me, followed by Mr. T. Top of the lane, 500 to go, Global Pursuit. Black Devon's the first one to challenge Optimus. ALDO'S Choice gets hooked out, comes under a right, got about 3 lengths to make up. Black Devon is at the front, down the inside, Global Pursuit, and ALDO'S Choice all of a sudden starts to pick up. Mr. T's also running on. ALDO'S Chase at the front. Mr. T on the outside's making a race of it. ALDO'S Chase just the leader from Mr. T, but will go on. ALDO'S Chase won it, Mr. T second. Third place will go to Black Devon, and then Q behind me. Number 1, ALDO'S Chase, Dennis Dreyer, the Oratorio. And this one for Hartley, and the nominee is Peter Gibson, Piedmont Stud, and ends up winning it. Started getting niggled at just before they turned for home, came out, got the reminders, and then all of a sudden he picked up. And ALDO'S Chase, he was still very green, but he goes on to win 3 parts of a length. Mr. T runs into second, that's number 5. Third placing will go to number 6, Black Devon, and then Q behind me. Further back, the Reformation. Optimus is further back in the field, then Roman and Double Duel. Winner pays 150, was the tote favourite. We'll take a look at the head-on shortly. You'll see one very happy punter there at the winner's enclosure. I hope he realizes the horses were behind him. But as we turn into this head-on, and to see Global Pursuit was the leader, the winner's on the extreme right. The stick is in the left hand, he's green, and then Sean changes his stick, and then he picks up. And ALDO'S Chase, the Oratorio, then picks it up, and he goes on to score. As I say, tote favourite. He's still running both ways. Mr. T tries to make a race of it. A nice run back in second. Mr. T paid up at 3.30 a place. Until the running of the third race, we've got that pick 6 carryover back to the studio.
Note there is that race review incident at the top of the lane. We will get some further details, but let's get Dennis Dreyer into the hot seat here. Now he's a horse who he's still learning the tricks of the trade and very, very green out there.
Yeah, he's still a baby. I said to Pete I was a little bit worried about the 14. And look, thank God we got away with it. He won a good race, but still very dumb.
Nice type of horse, long term. He'll start to strengthen up, build up, and they'll have fun with him.
Yeah, he should sell. I think it's the last time we'll ever run him over 14, 16, 18. I think he's even a 2,000 meter horse. But well done to Pete and his Hong Kong connections. Very happy for that.
Osprey?
Yeah, I think she's a runner. She's a runner. And the one in the last, I think he's a bit of a runner too.
Super.
Okay.
No further action, I believe, coming through, so no further action regarding that race review. You had a look at the turn there with this horse being so green?
Yes, he's so very green, this horse. He's got a lot of learning. And the mile, 1400 was a little bit short for him. But he won a good race, this horse, despite being green. When that horse joined me towards the line, he actually kicked again, and he won a good race, this horse.
Well done. Keep up the hard work.
Thanks as well done to the boss and Stewie and Kerry and to Mr. Gibson and the owners for the opportunity.
Super.
Thank you.
Let's get Peter Gibson into the hot seat here. Son of Oratorio, had to dig deep, 200,000, but he looks like a horse long term he's going to develop.
Yes, Sheldon, thanks very much. Firstly, well done to Dennis and the team. Piedmont Stud, the Scribanti family, it produced a lovely, strong, burly type of Oratorio. And of course, Mr. Gua in China, not Hong Kong. But he's watching today. And no, fantastic. We actually bought the horse to resell him on the Cape Thoroughbred sales ready to run. So National Yearling Sale Pedigree didn't get a bid in Cape Town, took him home and gave him plenty of time because, you know, he was quite a mature, big burly horse. It took Dennis forever to get the weight off him. But, I mean, I think this is the bottom end of his trip range. So once his granddam is Moniela, who was champion stayer. So there's plenty of stamina in the female line. So we can only but think that as time progresses, he'll go on, hopefully.
Are you a wealthy man today?
I'd love to think so. You know, he was a horse that bought by Robert Chung in Hong Kong on his way to Dubai. Unfortunately, had a wind issue. They operated. Johnny Cave did the procedure, and so far everything's been fine. So today is closest to what trip he needs. And Dennis is happy with his work. He's clean-winded. So really, depending on the pace and if he's close enough, I think he's got to have a shout.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well done to Peter Gibson. The favourite ALDO'S Chase has come through. Still very, very green, wishy-washy around the turn, ducking towards the inside, but he's come through for the favourite backers.
Just repeating, the all clear is going on. It is now all clear, so there was no further action into that race review.